green.
It's cool to still race with these people, and it's going to be cool if, one of us, of course, are going to come away the Rookie of the Year, so it's cool to be the first if that's going to be me.
Super blessed to have the opportunity and looking to put up a fight.
I'm Aaron Reitzel, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
High limit sprint car racing is high stakes, high rewards. Sprint cars are action-packed automobiles. Things happen fast, things happen out of control. You can be close to the action, it's dirty, it's loud, it rattles your brain, and you're not really sure what you're witnessing, but you know you like it.
I'm Tyler Courtney, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
My name is Chase Randall, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
We are live here on FloRacing at Ransomville Speedway here in upstate New York, about 70 or so miles away from the Canadian border, ready to go for race number 12 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. 28 cars signed into the pit area here this evening at the 3/8 mile. Great crowd making their way into the gates as well. A new track for the series, a new track for a lot of the drivers in the field here tonight. I would say when you look at the High Limit Racing roster, as far as drivers that have never been here before, it's over half of them. So a new track to a lot of drivers here tonight. My name is Chase Rodman, hanging up here in the Ransomville Speedway booth. We're so glad you could join us if you're watching on Flow. We're so glad you could join if you're watching here at the racetrack as well. It's been a little while since we were last in action. We did have that rain out on Wednesday at Fremont Speedway, but if you did not see it, did get rescheduled for Kings Royal Week, so we will be back there at Fremont. Last race took place at Kokomo, and that was a pretty darn good finish, I would have to say. Rico Abreu leading the last, 200 feet there at the line, getting by Justin Peck in exciting fashion over at the Kokomo Speedway. And now we're hoping to see some of that similar action here at the 3/8 mile of Ransomville Speedway. Looking at the weather forecast here this evening, it is very, very good. 79 degrees, 8 mile, make that 9 mile per hour winds, and just a couple of clouds hanging around the sky here above Ransomville. So very, very good weather conditions. There was a pretty big storm that came through the area earlier this morning, but that has cleared out and has left us with some very, very good weather. Now let's take a look at the order of events, and it's very similar to what we've been seeing over the last couple of races. We do only have 3 heat races tonight with a 28-car field. Hot laps and qualifying will kick things off. We'll have those heat races, as we mentioned. We'll have a dash as well. That will be 7 laps. A B main, be 12 laps in distance, and a 30-lap main event. That will pay $20,000 to win. Do want to give a shout-out as well to our friends at Bateman Construction. They are the presenting sponsor of tonight's event here at the Big R. So thank you to the people over there at Bateman Construction. Really do appreciate them. Here are some of the notable entries. A lot of drivers that we have not seen so far this year with High Limit Racing, including Danny Varon, one of the most fiercest competitors here in the state of New York when it comes to sprint car racing. Billy Van Inwagen Jr., or Billy V as they call him, Jonathan Preston, Jordan Poirier, Davey Franick, The Juice, Jared Zimbardi's here as well, Lucas Wolf from the PA Posse, Jordan Thomas, Matt Farnham, Joe Trenka. Many of those drivers on that list making their High Limit Racing debuts here tonight at Ransomville Speedway. Now, speaking of Ransomville, here is the track facts that you need to know. We were open here back in 1958. You see that track record down there, bottom of the graphic there, was set by Donnie Schatz back on October 16th of 2017. The lap time is a 12.629 seconds, and the length, it's up for debate. It says 5/8 mile there on our track facts list. On the website, it says half mile, but you look at the racetrack, it does not look like a half mile, somewhere between 5/8 or 3/8, or 5/8 or maybe a 3/8 mile there here at Ransomville. So it's not too big, not too small, just the right size for 410 wing sprint cars to get around here this evening. Now, Tony Laporta is hanging out somewhere in the infield. Usually I could see him. Now I do. He's down there in turn number 4. Tony, well, welcome to Ransomville. Your first time here. I was here about 4 years ago. We're back. You're hanging out down in the very green infield, aren't you?
Chase, I am. You are correct. Your eyes have not deceived you. I'm down in the infield. It's very green. It's very beautiful. Love coming to this part of New York. You missed a great segue right there when you talked about the size of the Big R Ransomville Speedway. You said it's not too big, it's not too small, just the right size. Just like me. I don't know how you missed that setup right there. We'll work on it later in the rental car drive to the next track. Hey, we are down here, and we are excited to be in Western New York. You talked about a lot of the drivers that are coming out to play with Kubota High Limit Racing, maybe for the first time this year, maybe for the first time in the series history ever. There's a handful of high rollers who are making their Ransomville Speedway debut. I think we have 8 regulars who are racing here for the first time. One of those is not Brad Sweet. He's raced here 3 times over the last couple of years. I caught up with him back in the pit area to ask him what he knows and what he likes about racing here in Ransomville. New York State, Brad Sweet, High Limit Racing. It's a match made in heaven. At least it was last year when you picked up the victory at Outlaw Speedway. We swap out Outlaw this year to come here to Ransomville. So why is it important for High Limit Racing to visit the New York State at least once a year?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we're a national touring series, and New York has a lot of diehard dirt racing fans, and they don't have a lot of sprint cars up here, so it's nice to bring High Limit Racing and kind of showcase, our drivers, our product. We only get to come through once a year because New York's kind of a little bit out of the way for a lot of the other tracks that we race at, but yeah, it's super important, and obviously the fans are super passionate up here, and we went to Outlaw last year, trying Ransomville this year, and Utica Rome tomorrow night, and there's just a lot of good fans. We've already got them walking around the pits, so just really excited to hopefully put on a great show here at Ransomville tonight, and obviously with my car, I hopefully want to get it back in victory lane. It's been a little bit. Yeah, 3rd place at Kokomo the last time the series raced. You were victorious at Outlaw, and we go to Utica Rome tomorrow night, a place where locals last year told me you will never see a more slick racetrack in your life, and I think they were accurate in that description last year. This place doesn't get quite as slick, people have told me to expect, but from a driver's standpoint, setting up that number 49 Napa car, how tricky is this region of the country? Because it seems like this is different than anywhere else we go. Yeah, I think the dirt certainly is different up here, and you'll see the tracks be a lot slicker almost the whole night through. And typically some of these dirt tracks you have to start out a little wetter through the night because they'll take on rubber or they get too slick. But in New York, they can kind of be slick all night and not take on rubber. So, it's Utica Rome last year was the slickest track I think I've ever seen, and it was literally the slickest track from hot laps all the way through the end of the A main. So tonight, Ransomville is a little different. I've raced here a few times. It can be a little wetter early in the night and carry some speed. So I've had some good finishes here, never won, but obviously hoping to change that tonight. Okay, Brad Sweet going handheld with the microphone. He's trying to set a trend. We might just see it take over the pre-race show here on Kubota High Limit Racing. Brad, best of luck tonight, trying to go back-to-back in opening night New York victories. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, and thanks for having me on. Always good to catch up with series defending champion as well as current series point leader Brad Sweet, the number 49 for KCK Racing. Hey, I rolled down here in my JT Power Sports Burrow Max. This is the official pit reporter transport vehicle of Kubota High Limit Racing in 2025. We're going to head to the hometown of JT Power Sports, or at least their operating hometown, when we head to the Port Royal Speedway for the Weikert in just under a week. So really excited to get out there, and it's always a good time to roll around in this thing. This machine, this Burrow Max, is beautiful, and that is not a lie. Hey, one other really cool stat that I just learned. This place opened up in 1958. 1 year later, Joe Laporta was born. That's this guy's dad, and he was coming out here to stock car races. They ran them every Friday night. They still run them every Friday night, and it's cool to learn that I've got a little bit of heritage for this place as well. My dad was coming out here and catching races back when he was a teenager growing up in Niagara Falls, New York. So it's awesome to learn a little something new about every track we go to. Really, really excited to see my first race here and get cars on track. That'll happen right after we come back from this commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Kubota High Limit Racing continues here on Flow coming.
New York, we mentioned at the top of the show, not too far away from the Canadian border. You're getting a look at, off in the distance, Toronto, Ontario, home of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are in the process of trying to choke away an Eastern Conference appearance right now, but they're trying their best. That is for sure. Speaking of Toronto, last night we got stopped at Border Patrol on our way back from Ohsweken. It did not go very well. We were there for about half an hour longer than we were hoping for, but we did make it down here to Ransomville Speedway. So that is the good news. Here is the current point standings with Kubota Highland Racing. You take a look, Brad Sweet is showing the way currently. A 52-point lead over Sunshine Tyler Courtney, an 84-point lead over Brent Marks, an 88-point lead over Rico Abreu, and a 125-point lead over Justin Peck. Peck's second place run on Monday at Kokomo has propelled him into the top 5. Aaron Reitzel back to P6, then Casey Kane 7th, Chase Randall 8th, 9th Spencer Baston, and 10th is Tanner Thorson in the current series point standings with Highland Racing. Well, cars begin to make their way onto the racetrack here for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Here is the odds for tonight. If you would like to get involved, see at the bottom left of your screen there, you can learn more by going to nxptbets.com/playhlr. While you are there, it will show you which sports books are available in your region. Maybe you can put money on the outright winners, or maybe you could do the DFS, which is what you're seeing on your screen here. The drivers on the screen with those numbers means that they must finish either better or worse, and you have to make a parlay of at least 2 or more. So they got Brad Sweet at 2.5 tonight, Rico Abreu at 3.5, Brent Marks 4.5, and then Justin Peck and Tyler Courtney 5.5, Aaron Reitzel at 6.5. The Rodman risk for tonight, I've got Justin Peck. He's on a heater right now. Last 3 finishes of third, and second. That car went to victory lane here with Zeb Wise a few years ago. I've got him better than 5.5. Tyler Courtney's been here a few times. Better than 5.5 for him. And Aaron Reitzel, the last time he was here, a World of Outlaws winner, I've got him at better than 6.5 here tonight at Ransomville. So that is the Rodman risk, as we do have cars now getting pushed onto the racetrack for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. First car coming across the flag stand now. He is from Sussex, New Jersey, driving the Dave Franek Auto Sales, Rapid Tire, Escape Power Sports Plus, Atlantic Battery Systems, number 28F. That is No Panic, Davey Franek. Davey Franek in the 28F. And also on the racetrack in turn number 1 from Fonda, New York, and the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&B Properties, TLM Landscaping, number 01 of Danny Varon. Danny Varon in the 01. And rolling into turn number 1 now, the most recent winner with the Outlaws here at Ransomville Speedway. From Clute, Texas, to Falcons Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table, Bargain Barn, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And making his way towards turn number 1 now, from Waco, Texas, Y'all Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. One of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders, it is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R. And right behind him, from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Grew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. Another Rookie of the Year contender rolls around the bottom side of turn number 2 now. From Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, that is Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13. And the final car in this first session is from Appalachian, New York, the Mach 1 Chassis Trackside Products Performance Trailer Sales, number 3. That is Parker Evans. Parker Evans in car number 3. Those should be the cars in the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at the Ransomville Speedway. Do want to say a quick thank you to the folks over at Bateman Construction. They've spent over 25 years building lifelong relationships. Their focus is commercial space, specializing in medical offices that serve their community. None of this would be possible without the support of those closest to them. To their friends, families, and partners, thank you for believing in their vision, for standing by them, and for helping them build something that truly matters. They hope everyone enjoys the evening, and they thank you for allowing them to be a part of it. That is Bateman Construction, the presenting sponsor of tonight's event here at the Ransomville Speedway. Cars now getting up to speed in our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Lap times now coming across the screen. Chase Randall currently the fastest at a 15.658. One of the many full-time high rollers that is making his debut tonight at Ransomville. Chase Randall, 15.658 for him. Dason Persley goes to third. Davey Franek now goes to the top of the speed charts at a 15.655. That'll bump Randall back to second. Reitzel is in third at a 15.691. Now Randall back to the top spot as the checkered flag comes out. So the checkered and yellow come out together, signifying the end of the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Chase Randall is the fastest so far at a 15.648 second lap time. Davey Franek is in second at 15.655. Aaron Reitzel third, 15.691. Brent Marks fourth, 15.741. And Dason Persley rounds out the top five at a 15.770. Then Danny Varon and Parker Evans round out the rest of the cars that were in that first group. Hot lap session number 2 now appears on the racetrack in turn number 3. Let's introduce you to the drivers on the inside of that first row in turn number 3. The driver from St. Matthew de Beaulieu, Quebec, Canada, the M3S FM Industries GSR chassis, Conference 4 Seasons number 28. That is Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier in car number 28. And rolling off at turn number 4 now from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Hollander Allebach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Crate Brewing, Beer Hill Gang, number 5W, it is Lucas Wolf. Lucas Wolf in the 5W. And the most recent winner with Kubota High Limit Racing coming across the flag stand now. From St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbeck Janian Racing, Waste Connections, Pacific Boring, Stattle Offer Construction, Mississippi Valley Transportation, number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And just behind him, from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, that is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. And driver that's currently second in High Limit Racing point standings rolls into turn number 1. From Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And second place finisher back at Kokomo, getting up to speed now from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Union Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26, Justin Peck. And final driver on the Speedway from Geneva, New York, and the Fratto Curbing Speedway Performance DMI Racing Components, number 22, that is Jonathan Preston. Jonathan Preston in the 22. We're underway. Track is certainly blown off in a hurry. In the first 2 hot lap sessions, these drivers are on their toes already. Rico Abreu going straight to the top on his second time by 15.615. Checkered flag is out, and Jonathan Preston now goes to the top of the speed charts. So how about Jonathan Preston now to the top in Dirt Draft Hot Laps? One of the several drivers in the field tonight that was racing with the World of Outlaws just across the border at Oshweekend last night. Preston's lap time, a 15.597. He shows the way after 14 cars have taken the time. Rico Abreu second at 15.615. Chase Randall third, Davey Franek fourth, and Aaron Reitzel the top 5 as our third group now stages on the back straightaway. The third group is led out by the Rookie of the Year contender from Northport, Florida, in the Global Lake Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group, number 24D. It's Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in car number 24D. And the current series point leader and the defending series champion also on the racetrack from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, FC Traffic Control number 49. That is the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports number 42. That is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And making his High Limit Racing debut tonight from Phoenix, New York, in the Pit Stop Convenience Stores, Schoenfeld Headers, J&Z Snowdrifters, Mucci Motorsports, number 98, that is Joe Trenka. Joe Trenka in the 98. And also on the Speedway, coming across the flag stand from Dunnville, Ontario, Canada, the Nitro 54, Sit & Bull Tire, JR's Waterproofing, Ackland Insurance, number 15 of Ryan Turner. Ryan Turner in the 15. And also making his High Limit Racing debut here this evening, the driver from Port Jarvis, New York, the Paul Wino Snap-On, Sterling Lubricants, Randy's Racing Filters, number 10. That is Billy Van Inwagen Jr. Billy Van Inwagen in car number 10. And final car in this group, out of Harding, Pennsylvania, the C&D Rigging Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks, number 79 of Jordan Thomas. Jordan Thomas in the 79. Green flag is out on our third Dirt Draft Hot Lap session. Nobody into the top 10, Ryan Turner actually up to the 10th position in this group as the checkered quickly comes out. So green, white, checkered in these hot lap sessions. Qualifying will certainly be interested to see who can find the grip here in just a few moments. So the checkered is out. The fastest car in that session and 10th overall is the 15 of Ryan Turner. The lap time, 15.943 seconds. And everybody's still chasing Jonathan Preston at a 15.597. Rico Abreu second, Chase Randall third, fourth is Davey Franek, and fifth is Aaron Reitzel. With one more group of cars left to come onto the racetrack for their hot lap session. Driver making his High Limit Racing debut tonight rolls into turn number 4 out of Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada. The Aero Express, Babineau Septic Services, JR's Bait and Tackle, Route 54 Variety and Gas, number 77 of Tyler Palace. Tyler Palace in the 77T. And from Tonawanda, New York, the Airport Collision Fiberworks Composites, Get It Dumpsters, number 7NY, that is Matt Farnham. Matt Farnham in the 7NY. And just getting pushed off now from Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seats Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14. The driver is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14. And another driver making his High Limit Racing debut here tonight. The Westward Painting, Tioga Construction, Senior Services, number 41 of Dalton Rombo. Dalton Rombo in the 41. And from Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5. That is Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in car number 5. And in turn number 1 now, from Allegheny, Pennsylvania, the Bundle of Warmth Firewood, Performance Powder Coating number 35. It's the Juice, Jared Zombardi. Jared Zombardi in the 35. And the final car on the racetrack from Enumclaw, Washington, and the Kane Screen Print, Primrose Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, Children's Mercy of Kansas City, number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in the 9. Our final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session is underway here at Ransomville. Nobody into the top 10 here in this group. Up here, Spencer Baston might be the fastest so far. He is 19th overall at a 16.482. Brenham Crouch, 22nd quick. Those are the two fastest here as the track continues to slow down considerably. So the fastest driver in that group, 19th overall, was Spencer Baston. Lap time 16.482 seconds. And so he was the best in that final group of cars. But your fastest driver overall tonight in Dirt Draft Hot Laps from Geneva, New York, the number 22, Jonathan Preston. Lap time 15.597 seconds for Preston. Rico Abreu second, Chase Randall third, Davey Franek fourth, and Aaron Reitzel fifth. Then Tyler Courtney, Brent Marks, Dason Persley, Danny Varon, and Ryan Turner. Next on the racing program, it's going to be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. They are the #1 Renegade Totorhome dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Totorhomes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Totorhome or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. What you will be seeing here, folks, is going to be 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time. They will go 2 laps around the track, and their best lap time will line them up for one of the 3 heat races later on this evening. We mentioned at the top of the show, but just to remind you, the track record here at Ransomville Speedway set back on October 16th of 2017. It was Donnie Schatz with a 12.629 second lap time, 12629. That is an astonishing 3 seconds off of what we ran during hot laps here this evening at a 15.597. So don't think we're going to be seeing a new track record here tonight. Now, if it happens, just clip this and put it on Twitter and make fun of me. But that would be quite the feat if it was able to happen here tonight, as we are about ready to roll cars in just a few moments for Dirt Draft Hot, or make that Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 28 cars in the field, so we'll have 14 groups of cars, 14 groups of 2. There is no split in qualifying, so all these drivers will be qualifying against each other and racing against each other in the heat races. When we have 32 or more cars, that is when we split the field down the middle and qualify 16 versus 16, or if it's 33 cars, 34 cars, you get the deal. You know how it works. But tonight, that is not what we're doing here this evening. Here come our first 2 qualifiers rolling onto the racetrack now. From Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC American Table Bargain Bar number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And also on the Speedway, from Waco, Texas, the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print number 9R, it's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in 9R, Aaron Reitzel in the 87. Lap 1 for Reitzel, it's a 16.703, 16703. Randall on lap 1, he will be second quick at a 16.928, 16928. Randall tonight is Ransomville Speedway debut. Reitzel 2021 Outlaw winner. Lap number 2 is better, up to a 16.321, 16321. Chase Randall lap number 2, he will improve as well, 16.792, 16792. Aaron Reitzel sets the bar after 2 cars in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Here come your next 2 qualifiers. From Appalachian, New York, the Mach 1 Chassis Trackside Products Performance Trailer Sales number 3 of Parker Evans. And also on the racetrack from Sussex, New Jersey, in the Dave Franek Auto Sales, Rapid Tire, Escape Power Sports Plus, Atlantic Battery Systems number 28F, it's No Panic, Davey Franek. Lap 1 for Parker Evans is a 17.046, 17046. Davey Franek's opening lap is going to be 4th quick at a 17.077, 17077. Parker Evans, 9th here with the Patriot Sprint Tour back in 2014. His only previous appearance, lap number 2. He's going to slow down to a 17.166. And for Davey Franek on lap number 2, he will slow down as well to a 17.257. So both drivers getting their best lap on lap 1. Parker Evans 3rd and Davey Franek 4th of 4 cars. Two more drivers getting up to speed now. Led out by the driver from Fonda, New York, the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&D Property Services, TLM Landscaping, number 01 of Danny Varon. And from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, Dason Persley. Danny Varen's opening lap is going to be second quick, 16.482, 16.482. Dason Pursley, lap 1 for him is fourth quick, 17.039, 17.039. Pursley's Ransomville Speedway debut. Varen was 23rd here with the Outlaws 4 years ago. Lap 2, he's going to slow down to a 16.660. First lap better, 16.482. And Dason Pursley, lap number 2, he will improve on lap time, stays fourth quick at 16.813. So Pursley fourth and Varen second out of our 6 cars that have qualified so far. Qualifying next from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Crew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Live Wire Customs. Number 19 here is Brent Marks. And the driver fastest overall during hot laps earlier on from Geneva, New York. The Frado Curbing, Speedway Performance, DMI Racing Components. Number 22 of Jonathan Preston. Brent Marks on his opening time by is going to be second quick, 16.462, 16.462. Preston's first lap, he'll be fourth quick, 16.500, 16.500. Brent Marks, seventh here with the Outlaws in 2018. Lap 2 for him is going to be better, still second quick, 16.389, 16.389. Preston on lap number 2, to the top, 16.265. Jonathan Preston to the top in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Two more cars getting powered up now from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hague Rally Services, number 26, it's Justin Peck. And also on the racetrack from St. Matthew, Des-Belleville, Quebec, Canada, the M3S FM Industries GSR Chassis Conference 4 Seasons, number 28 of Jordan Poirier. Lap 1 for Peck, he is fifth quick, 16.696. Poirier on lap 1 is fourth quick at 16.441, 16.441. Peck second at Kokomo on Monday. Poirier was sixth with the Outlaws last night at Ohsweken. Lap number 2 for Justin Peck is better, stays sixth quick, 16.624. Poirier on lap number 2, he will slow down as well to a 16.604. So Jordan Poirier fourth and Justin Peck sixth of our 10 cars that have qualified so far. And sounds like Jonathan Preston hit the wall exiting the track in turn 2. We are still under green, but Preston had an issue there as we continue on. Next qualifier from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Hollinger Allebach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Grade Broom, Beer Hill Gang number 5, W. Lucas Wolf. And also on the track from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag and Jamie Racing, Waste Connection, Pacific Boring, Stadloff Construction, Mississippi Valley Transportation, number 24, Rico Abreu. Lap 1 for Lucas Wolf, he will be ninth quick at 16.884, 16.884. Lap 1 for Rico, second quick, 16.276, 16.276. Lucas Wolf, 14th here with the Outlaws. Back in 2017, his best Ransomville Speedway finish. Lap 2 is fourth quick, 16.366, 16.366. Abreu on lap 2. He will slow down to a 16.628. His first lap was better and second quick overall, 16.276. Second quick for Rico Abreu and fourth for Lucas Wolf. So Jonathan Preston was fastest overall during Dirt Draft Hot Laps and now backing it up in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying with still 16 cars left to qualify. Up next from Minden, Nevada, in the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88, here is Tanner Thorson. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge, number 7, BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Lap 1 for Thorson, he's ninth overall at 16.759, 16.759. Tyler Courtney on lap 1, he is going to be ninth quick, 16.698, 16.698. Thorson tonight in his Ransomville Speedway debut. Lap number 2 for him is going to be a little bit slower, 16.762. First lap better, 16.759. Courtney on lap 2 up to 8th quick now at 16.596, 16.596. Tyler Courtney 8th and Tanner Thorson 10th of our 14 qualifiers thus far. Your next qualifier comes to us out of Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane FC, Traffic Control number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And also on the racetrack from Port Jarvis, New York, the Paul Wino Snap-On, Sterling Lubricants, Randy's Racing Filters number 10. It is Billy Van Inwingen Jr. Lap 1 for Brad Sweet. He's going to be 15th quick at 17.109. 17109. Van Imogen is up to 13th overall at 16.953. 1659, or make that 953. Brad Sweet currently last on the speed charts. Needs a big improvement here on lap 2, and he will find it to 14th, 17.023. Van Imogen is going to slow down on lap 2, 17.183. So Billy Van Imogen 13th and Brad Sweet 14th of 16 cars here in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. So Brad Sweet, current series point leader, are going to have to come off of at least row 3 in these heat races, probably row 4. Here come 2 more drivers. Rolling trackside now from Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. That is the Nitro 54 Sit-and Bowl tire. JR's waterproofing, Ackland Insurance number 15. It's Ryan Turner. And also on the racetrack from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group number 24D, Danny Sams III. Ryan Turner in 15, Danny Sams in 24D. Ryan Turner on lap 1. He is 13th overall at 16.892, 16892. Danny Sams on lap number 1. He's 12th quick at 16.793, 16793. Lap number 2 for Ryan Turner is going to be better into the top 10. That's 10th quick at 16.734, 16734. Danny Sams lap number 2, he will slow down to a 17.281. First lap was faster at 16.793. Danny Sams 13th and Ryan Turner 10th of 18 cars. That means we have 10 left to qualify. Driver making his High Limit Racing debut tonight qualifies up next from Phoenix, New York, in the Pit Stop Convenience Stores. Show and Fill Headers, J&Z Snowdrifters, Mucci Motorsports number 98 of Joe Trenka. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports number 42. Rookie of the Year contender, Cy Lynch. Lap 1 for Joe Trenka, 16th quick at 16.966, 16966. Cy Lynch on lap number 1. He's 15th overall at 16.952, 16.952. Joe Trenka 4th here at the Patriot Sprint Tour in 2019. Lap 2 is going to slow down to a 17.054. First one was better, 16.966. And for Cy Lynch on lap 2, he is going to cross the line almost in the infield there. He's 15th still at 17.029 on lap number 2. First one was better, 16.952. Cy Lynch 15th and Joe Trenka 17th. Two more drivers set to qualify. From Harding, Pennsylvania, the C&D Rigging Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks number 79, here is Jordan Thomas. And from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print Primrose Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, Children's Mercy of Kansas City number 9 of Casey Kane. Jordan Thomas on lap number 1 is going to be 15th overall, 16.925, 16925. Lap 1 for Casey Kane, he is 22nd overall, 17.095, 17095. Jordan Thomas led a bunch of laps with the Outlaws 2 nights ago at Oshewick and ended up 5th in that main event. Lap 2 for him, he'll slow down to a 17.536. First one was better, 16.925. Casey Kane, lap 2, he will slow down as well to a 17.304. First lap better and 22nd overall, 17.095. Casey Kane 22nd and Jordan Thomas 15th with 6 cars left to come out. Up next, the driver is out of Lubbock, Texas. He drives the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5 of Brenham Crouch. And also on the racetrack, from Allegheny, Pennsylvania, the Bundle of Warm Firewood, Performance Powder Coating number 20, or make that 35, it's the Juice, Jared Zimbardi. Lap 1 for Crouch, he's 23rd overall, 17.182, 17.182. Zimbardi nearly tagged the wall in turn 4. Lap 1 is 23rd overall, 17.160, 17160. Zimbardi made the dash last year with High Limit back at Outlaw Speedway. Lap number 2 for Crouch, he's up to 15th quick at 16.910, 16910. Zimbardi just dusting off the top for everybody else. Lap 2, he'll slow down to a 17.305. First lap better, 17.160. He is 24th out of 24. Meanwhile, Brenham Crouch 15th quick in that number 5 car. Four more drivers left to take time. Powering up next from Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seeds Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sintal Demolition. Number 14 here is Spencer Baston. And making his Highland Racing debut from Lowville, New York, the Westward Painting, Tioga Construction, Senior Services, number 41, that is Dalton Rombo. Dalton Rombo in the 41, Spencer Baston in the 14. Baston on lap 1, 19th overall, 16.962, 16.962. Rombo's first lap is 26th quick, 17.547, 17.547. Spencer Baston in his high limit, or making his Ransomville Speedway debut. Lap 2 for him is going to slow down to a 17.351. First lap better, 16.692. Make that a 16.962. Rombo goes better on lap 2, up to 24th quick at 17.078. 17.078. That is 24th for Rombo and 19th for Baston. We have 2 more cars ready to qualify. From Tonawanda, New York, in the airport collision, Fireworks Composites, Get It Dumpsters, number 7 NY. Here is Matt Farnham. And also out there making his Highland Racing debut from Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada, the Aero Express, Babineau Septic Services, JR's Bait and Tackle, Route 54 Variety and Gas, number 77T is Tyler Powless. Lap 1 for Farnham, he is 27th overall, 17.580, 175.80. Tyler Powless first lap, he will be 28th overall, 17.598, 17.598. Matt Farnham looking for an improvement on lap number 2, and he will not get it, 17.685. First lap better, 17.580. And Tyler Powless on lap number 2, he's now up to 27th quick at 17.416. Well, how about it, New York? It's Geneva's own Jonathan Preston, the fastest tonight in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying in car number 22. The lap time, 16.265. Jonathan Preston has been undefeated so far tonight. He was fastest in hot laps and now fastest in qualifying. Jonathan Preston. Best finish here at Ransomville was a 4th place run with the Patriot Sprint 2. That's a 360 series here. Back in 2016, was 16th with the Empire Super Sprints in 2023. He was 16th with High Limit last year at Outlaw Speedway. And now all of a sudden, Preston, after running 22nd last night with the Outlaws at Ohsweken, he is to the top in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Absolutely fantastic stuff from car number 22. Rico Avery was 2nd, Aaron Reitzel 3rd, Lucas Wolf 4th, and Brent Marks 5th with Jordan Poirier, Danny Varon, Tyler Courtney, Justin Peck, and Ryan Turner rounding out the top 10. It does sound like we've got the street stocks about to roll on the racetrack for the first time here tonight. So for the call of that, let's go over to Steve Petty.
Thank you very much, Chase Robin, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the far northwest corner of Niagara County, New York. Welcome to the Ransomville Speedway. Tonight is also round number 1 of the Butler Excavating and Concrete, powered by Neff Contracting, Empire Street Stock Series. Before we get the street stocks on the racetrack, we do have a car in the parking lot that needs to be moved immediately. You are double parked and in a handicap spot without the handicap sticker down. It is a Jeep LLK 2530. LLK 2530. You're in the handicap spot, and you're double parked and you don't have your sticker down, so you need to move it or it will get towed at your own expense. Also, if you are missing a wallet, it has been turned in at the novelty stand. Taking a look at that amazing drone shot, the amazing view of the Ransomville Speedway. This is not the first edition of the Ransomville Speedway. This is the second one that did open in 1958. The first one was founded by the slowpokes behind what is the current Ed's Garage in downtown Ransomville. 21 street stocks have signed in pitside here tonight. As we get ready to go, Dennis Cummings will lead them out in the 74 out of Wellsville. Former promoter and operator of the Bradford Speedway. next car in line. He is 2 for 2 here at the Ransomville Speedway. He is also 2 for 2 at the Genesee Speedway in Batavia in the LTR number 7. That is Josh Pangrazio out of Oakfield, former track champion. Behind him, making his Ransomville Speedway debut, the Ed Carley Motorsports number 99 out of Port Colborne, Ontario, Canada. This is the young gun, Chase Kish. Chase Kish in the number 99. Behind Chase, the 2024 Ransomville Track Champion in the Orange Cross, TLC Trips number 00. It is Mike Welch out of Stanley. Little Dave Stosenberg Jr. out of Wilson in the 1S, leading him into turn number 3. Also in this group, Luke Boom out of Corning in the OOM. And also the veteran Butch Zimmerman in the number 60, the veteran out of Burt, New York. Caution lights are coming on, and Chase Kish is lost his right front tire. Crew chief, Dad Darren, a former 360 late model winner right here at the Ransomville Speedway back in the day. Former pro stocker as well from Southern Ontario. Good to see them make the trip over the ditch here tonight. Hopefully it was less uneventful than Chase and Tony's trip over the board when they came back from Oswego last night. 50-50 sales happening in front of the grandstands. Make sure you flag down Ash, Jules, and Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Good to see you. Grab a dollar, give a holler. You two could be a big winner in tonight's 50-50. This is round 1 of the Empire Street Stock Series here in 2025. Sponsored by Butler Excavating and Concrete, powered by Neff Contracting. We'll see who visits them in Close Racing Supply Victory Lane. I'd like to say hello to Joel Close and everybody at CRS. Glad you made the trip up tonight to join us here at the Big R's. We are back to life here in Street Stock Hot Laps. Butch Zimmerman, 50-plus years in racing. There's Dennis Cummings. Cummings Trucking, 74D out of Wellsville. Mentioned it already, the former owner and operator of the Bradford Speedway, tight little quarter-mile racetrack in Bradford, PA. Josh Pangrazio, anywhere he has gone this year, he has found victory lane. 2 here at Ransomville, 2 at Genesee. And he is the current Ransomville Speedway points leader based off those 2 wins. He is the former the 2023 track champion. And behind him is the 2024 track champion. There is Mike Welch, Land of Legends Raceway Wall of Famer. The Bud's Apple Pie Orange Crush Sterling Lubricants, TLC Trips 00. Luke Boom out of Corning in the Boom Motorsports OOM. First ever appearance here at the Big R. He is a regular at the Outlaw Speedway down in Dundee. Group number 2 rolling on out, and the first car in line, the Moscato Motorsports number 94M for Anthony Moscato out of Lockport. Behind Anthony, the Susie Junk Cars, Jetboy Restaurant Lounge. Number 87, past track champion, Brandon Sherwood. The Starkweather Constructions, Arizona Lake, number 0 for the Z-Man, John Zimmerman. Also on the racetrack, Justin Neff, out of Olean. The last time the series was here, he found victory lane in his first appearance at the Big R last season. Brian Butler out of Hornell in the 15B, his first ever appearance here in Ransomville. Also out there, the Elk Steel Corp number 59, past multi-time track champion Alex Morris. Alex out of Niagara Falls, and making his first appearance here at Ransomville out of Greenwood, New York. This is Adam Lubner in the 79. And Anthony Moscato already off the pace in the 94. He'll pull it in pit side. There's a look at Brandon Sherwood, former multi-time track champion and a past winner of the Ransomville Street Stock King of the Hill. held that event for several seasons. John Zimmerman, racing veteran, saw his dad out there in this first group. John living in Varysburg. Feature winner here in the past at Ransomville. Justin Neff, Brian Butler, pair of orange cars out there as well. And the checkered flag is out from starters Dakota and Blaze Miller. Dakota waving the checkered flag. And that will do it here. Street stocks are done. They'll get ready for qualifying coming up here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Steve. We're going to take a break here on Flow. When we come back, it'll be time for opening ceremonies here at the Ransomville Speedway. Got FanFest coming up in just a few moments as well. FanFest is going to be taking place for about the next 20 or so minutes, race fans. If you don't know what FanFest is, you can go back to the T-shirt trailers behind the main grandstands. All of the drivers will be heading back there. All the sprint car drivers heading back to their T-shirt trailers right now to sign autographs, take pictures, sell merchandise. All of that good stuff taking place until 7:25 for opening ceremonies. So make sure to check out FanFest behind the main grandstands here at the Big R.
My name is Chase Randall, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing, live on FloRacing.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more toter homes and sprint car trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a toter home or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed.
Super healthy for sprint car racing, compete for a championship. You can feel the buzz around. We want to race the best guys every night.
Whole different level.
This is the high limit room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
Folks, welcome back to FloRacing's live coverage of Kubota High Limit Racing here tonight in Ransomville, New York at the Big R Ransomville Speedway. We are in our FanFest break as we have wrapped up custom trailers and carts qualifying. This is Kubota High Limit Racing by Bateman Construction, and FanFest is going on right now. You should be looking at live aerial footage provided by our FloRacing drone of a very packed t-shirt merchandise area here just behind the front stretch grandstands at Ransomville Speedway. I'd walk and talk and tell you a little bit more about what's going on, but there's so many people. They're providing us a tick of interference. So we're just going to hang out over here between Danny Sams's number 24 merchandise trailer and fellow Race Rudine Foundation Rookie of the Year chaser, Chase Randall out of Texas. We're getting selfies taken down there. You need to clean your phone screen, sir. That's awful foggy. Big hit with the FanFest going on down here. Spencer Baston, Dason Pursley, Brad Sweet. Of course, you got the High Limit Racing merchandise trailer up and running. Brent Marks, Tyler Courtney, shoprico.com, number 24. He's got a line all the way back to Syracuse, it feels like. Lots of activity going on down here in the T-shirt midway. This is a great chance for fans to make their way out behind the front stretch grandstand, stretch their legs, get something to eat or drink. And all of the drivers are back here in their T-shirt trailers, signing autographs, helping sell merchandise. And it is packed back here. Normally we have a driver up top with Chase. Chase, I don't know if you can hear me right now. Or if
I can.
So, Chase, I'm here in the T-shirt area. Everybody's got their trailers open for business. I'm down here. What do you want me to go get you? Whose T-shirt do you need? What hat are you looking for? What can I do for you while I'm down here?
Well, the one I was telling him the other day when we had him up here for FanFest was Danny Sams. I could see you on the camera right now, Tony, just taking a picture right there with that guy. But Danny Sams, I loved his new design he came out with this year. It's got like a slot machine on with 24D on it and whatnot. I thought it was a really good-looking shirt. I need to get down there and get me one.
Shocker that you'd like something with a gambling motif on it. We're down here still by Danny Sams's trailer. When they don't have enough T-shirt merchandise to put inside the trailer, they sell old worn-out engine parts. Hopefully we're not losing too much signal here. We got a lot of fans walking around, hanging out, talking to us. And yeah, Chase, I love the gambling, the high-limit theme with Danny Sams's merch. Like I said, when they don't have enough T-shirts and clothing to fill the trailer, they sell engine parts they've pulled out of his number 24D. There's a lot going on down here. Brad Sweet's trailer is busy, like I said. Rico Abreu has just a massive line over by Tyler Courtney and Brent Marks' trailer, but all of our high rollers who have a trailer are down here. They're signing autographs, they're taking pictures, and FanFest
Tony, we're getting a good look at it here with Justin Peck. He is right in the middle of things, signing autographs. He's getting the full effect right now down at the 26 trailer.
Yeah, this is awesome. This has been a big hit the last couple of weeks with the season. We've talked to some of the drivers' wives, girlfriends, whoever runs their merchandise trailer, and they really enjoy this FanFest period because it gives the fans a chance to get out of their seats and come buy merchandise. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big hit here. I think we've done it every race almost this year, Tony. I'm pretty sure, except for some where we were kind of threatened with weather and whatnot. But we plan to do a FanFest for every single high limit racing event, with the exception of the tracks where the drivers and the cars are in the infield, which the only one I can think off the top of my head is going to be Eldora. But for the rest of them, we're going to have a FanFest. So if you're going to be coming up to a few races, whether that's at Port Royal at the Weicker, whether that's going to be at Grandview on Tuesday night coming up next week, then you can expect to, go hang out with some drivers and check it out. You can get your tickets right there on that QR code. But like I said, if you are planning on going to one of our races and we're going to have a FanFest, don't buy your shirt right when you get here. Wait till FanFest, then your favorite driver can sign it. You can get a picture with them, all that good stuff as well, as Justin Peck was just doing that right there. Tony, are you done down there, or are you still hanging out?
Chase, we're still hanging out. People keep confusing me with you, and they want to get their picture taken with you, but I'm the next best thing.
We do look similar.
Well, hey, it makes me feel good. But yeah, looking right here at Spencer Baston, he and Andre are moving merchandise. He's signing autographs, and everybody's trailer seems to be doing well. There's a drone above me. That thing's way high up there, and hey, you guys are on camera. Wave at Flo right now as we're all hanging out down here and having a good time. So. Yeah, Chase, I'm going to make back to the front straightaway, but I'm going to stop and buy some merchandise before I head back.
All right, sounds good. Don't lose your wallet again. That's Tony Laporta giving us an update down there on the vendor row as FanFest continues for about another 15 or so minutes, maybe 10 or so minutes left of that FanFest. Let's go back to break here on Flow. When we come back, we'll show you another clip of Dirt Season 2 right after these words from our sponsors.
I'm Justin Peck, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
So you're young, what are you, 18?
I'm 18.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate it. I'm mic'd up. Just be careful. Dude, I smoked it so hard it threw the right front up over the concrete rail and blew the axle out of the thing, and I like limped it across the line. I always try and take a couple minutes before I get in the car and just try and run the race through my head. Yeah, finally back to a small track. What's up, buddy? Oh, what you got? Sweet. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Motorhead will go 6 o'clock in the staging lane.
All right, good luck. Racing for Driven to Save Lives is, for a cause. It's cool that I get to represent it and, hopefully get more people to sign up for organ donation.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
At the very busy FanFest area going on in the merchandise area here at the Ransomville Speedway for our 12th race of 2025 with Kubota Highland Racing. We've got about 5 or so more minutes of FanFest before the drivers will make their way back over to their cars and get prepared for heat race action here at this 12th race of 2025 with Kubota Highland Racing. Now, last year, there was a great documentary created around this series and around a bunch of the race car drivers that ran the series, and that was called Dirt 2, a season with High Limit. There were 5 episodes, and now you can watch these episodes on Fox Sports 1. Episode number 3 will come out next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and if you haven't seen it, you ever heard about it, well, here's a quick clip from episode 3 that you'll be able to watch later on next week on Wednesday night on Fox Sports 1. The question is, who will kick off the West Coast swing with a big win here tonight?
So it's always a fun track. It's always a place where you're rewarded for bravery, but you're also rewarded for a bit of technicality with your feet as well.
When you get in a car that is built for you and the pedals are just right and the steering wheel's in the right position and you don't get in the car, you put the car on like you put a glove on, like it's you. I can point this thing and go wherever I want. You got that much confidence. That's when racing's really fun.
The feature's firing off now. Kyle Larson starts from 5th. There is Brad Sweet looking for his first win in 3 months. And get ready for 35 laps of action here at the Thunder Bowl.
Started 4th, so it's kind of always a 50-50 if you're going to have a good race car in the first 10 laps or not.
Thunder Bowl Raceway. Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Going into Tulare for him because we're home. I've won here. We're going to do good.
I started in a good spot and had a good car and knew that if things would went right, I had a good chance of winning.
Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
Down the front straightaway, a stellar start by Brad Sweet and turn 1 over Rico Abreu. Here comes quick work out of Kyle Larson, but Dylan Bloomfield challenges Rico Abreu chase.
Tulare is awesome. I think it always rewards you for whoever can run it the hardest. That's the thing, is you can think you're driving the hardest, and I don't think I can possibly drive any harder than this, and then someone passes you and you're like, shit, I gotta kick it up a level. That is what makes a good race car driver, is being able to find that other level.
Kyle Larson has the right rear drilled into the cushion off of turn number 2, and he's on the back bumper of Corey Day. Now tries to float the middle. The 57 of Kyle Larson up to the 4th spot. No, he's not. Corey Day, they may have gotten together right there down the front straight over.
Excitement watching him race with Kyle. Neither one of them will give an inch to anybody.
Oh, now he's knocking on the door for Corey Day. It's like Oscar all over again.
Yes, it absolutely is. Corey Day in that 4th spot. Kyle Larson pulls up next to him down the front straight. We're going to take it away into turn number 1. Kyle Larson up to 4th and looking for his 6th sprint car win in a row. Corey Day back to the inside down the back straight. Takes it right back away.
Corey Day, yeah, his car control is incredible. I've followed him a lot and thought, he's crashing, and doesn't. Things just go slow for him. It's like he's playing video games.
Yeah, I definitely think I drive harder than I think anyone in the field.
I don't know if there's anybody that can go through a corner faster than he can, so he's fun to watch and fun to compete with him too.
Traffic in the view of Brad Sweet as Rico Abreu is getting familiar once again with the concrete Tulare. A super slider turn 3-4. He's going to park Bloomfield. Bloomfield's upside down. Collects Corey Day.
And Larson. Day kept going. Oh, they both keep going. What just happened?
How about a round of applause for our 16 high rollers here this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Brad Sweet, he's at the top of sprint car racing. Who's better in a winning sprint car than Brad Sweet? Nobody.
Hey,
I love being the villain.
Rico, baby, Rico!
Rico Abreu is the single best personality we have in sprint car racing. Big peck energy.
Brent Marks, the silent assassin.
He's got shoe in hand, James McFadden. Oh, upside down front straightaway, red flag comes out. Oh, we got one down in there. I think that was the Dirt 2 guy.
Are you ready to go sprint car racing?
the race crowd is a party crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, this girl's in her bikini.
The bikini contest. Who's excited?
That's why I race car for no real reason, but that's racing, mate.
Okay.
So, Caitlin, what year did you do the bikini contest?
I have never done the bikini contest, guys.
Oh, I thought you were a past winner. That's why you're out there.
A past winner. What?
Isn't that how you and Kyle met?
Wow. Interesting.
A bikini contest, you know, the Gold Cup, it's been going on for years and years, so that's the kind of highlight of the weekend.
So it's my job this week to recruit the girls. We're headed to Bottoms Up Espresso. Apparently, it's a coffee shop where they wear bikinis. So you can recruit some girls. And my creepers in the back seat are
Here for support.
they're moral support, yeah. Probably need to order something. Just schmooze them.
Blonde
do you want?
bombshell. Sweet cheeks, sexy Latina.
Whoa.
Okay, that was good.
I have a flyer for this Friday. We have a bikini contest at the racetrack. It's $5,000 to win, $2,000 for second place and $1,000 for first. But I just want.
What's going on?
You did?
Yeah,
okay, well
I did.
I'll pass it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I got another entry. Did you follow it?
I liked it on accident.
Oh. I almost started passing them out in this parking lot, and then it said Catholic, reserved for the Catholic Church. Oh, this girl's in her bikini, guys.
I'm gonna let you do that.
She is. She's walking. She just walked out of this house. Yes, she just walked out of this house. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Hey, party people. I work at the racetrack up the road.
This is awesome. I've never seen Caitlin like it's the Brad in her.
I'm hosting a bikini contest, and it's $5,000 to win. And I see that you're all in your bikinis, so I'm gonna give you this flyer and hope you come out. You guys have a really good chance, just so you know. That girl said, she said, I'll be there.
Really?
I said, just by looking at you, you guys have a very good chance.
What an eye! You're like, look at this girl running in a bikini.
This is where I started yesterday.
Once again, that is Dirt 2, a season with High Limit. Episode 3 will be available next Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1. You can check out a documentary centered around sprint car racing. We are here at Ransomville Speedway, about ready to get going with opening ceremonies here in about 3 minutes' time. We would like to thank a couple of our sponsors before we get there, so we'll do that right now here on FloRacing. From getting cars on the racetrack for heat race action at the Ransomville Speedway here in upstate New York. Before we get into it, though, we wanted to take a look at the upcoming schedule. What's coming up here for High Limit? Next Tuesday, it is the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series over at the Grandview Speedway in Bechtelsville, PA. Also forgot about tomorrow as well, Utica Rome Speedway in Vernon, New York. And then next weekend, it is a 3-day spectacular over at the Port Royal Speedway for the Bob Weichert Memorial. That one pays $75,000 to win next Sunday. May 30th at Lawrenceburg Speedway. May 31st at Butler Motor Speedway. June 3rd and June 4th, we are in Wisconsin and at 141 in Red Cedar. Then we go to Nebraska for the Eagle Raceway and the Eagle Nationals. June 25th, Lake Ozark in Missouri. And then June 27th and 28th at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the Diamond Classic at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. That being, of course, Lucas Oil Speedway over there in Missouri as well. Let's go downstairs. It's time for opening ceremonies here tonight. For that, let's go to Tony Laporta.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are down here in what will become Whiskey Myers Victory Lane in just a few very short hours as we kick off our sole weekend here in the New York State with Kubota High Limit Racing. Tonight, of course, it is Kubota High Limit Racing night by Bateman Construction. And as we inch closer and closer to officially kicking off the night, of course, with opening ceremonies, leading straight in to competitive on-track action with a round of heat races with the 410 Sprint Car Stars of High Limit Racing. We are ready to get things going on down here. First, before we officially get in to opening ceremonies, I'm very happy to welcome in to join us for a few quick words with Bateman Construction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in the president of Bateman. He's not just with them, he's the president. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Nathan Bateman? Nathan, you guys, you and your wife here, thank you so much for joining us. I understand you were looking forward to this race on the schedule for a very long time. We're glad you're here. But this race is not the only big event you've had today, I understand.
Absolutely not. Our daughter very proudly graduated from Brockport today with her degree as she goes on for her MBA. Cassidy, we're so proud of you. We love you.
MBA, I think I was watching one of those games on TV last night. Congratulations. We're proud of everybody, and your daughter especially, for graduating. Congratulations. This event is a big deal for you and your company, presenting sponsor, and I understand you brought some guests with you who are getting to see sprint car racing for the first time.
Absolutely. They didn't know what a 410 or a 2x4 was beforehand, and they're going to see some sprint cars tonight, about 20 folks up there and seeing a race, and they're going to witness it right here at the Big R.
Bateman Construction stepping up to be a part of Kubota High Limit Racing's first ever trip here to Ransomville Speedway. The drivers and the teams back in the pit area, we're looking forward to this race for a very long time. I just want to know, what's important to you? What's important to Bateman Construction to be a part of this event with Kubota High Limit?
Well, been into the sprint cars for a long time, traveling up and down the 90, kind of watching at different tracks, and to think about, I guess the best story I got is one of the gentlemen up there in the booth that's become a partner and a friend told me a story this week. 35 years ago, his aunt took him to Browning County Fairgrounds for the race out in Illinois. So this is his first time, but he's got his 2 boys here, and they're experiencing their first race at the Big R.
Well, Nathan, we're grateful that you guys decided as a company to be a part of our night here in Ransomville. It's Kubota High Limit Racing night by Bateman Construction. Nathan, we're glad you guys are here. We're thankful you brought some guests, and we can't wait to get on track. Thanks for being here.
Let's go.
That's Nathan Bateman with Bateman Construction. Big round of applause for Bateman Construction. Folks, they're making this night possible here with Kubota High Limit Racing. Thanks again to Nathan and his wife for joining us. We're now ready to kick off opening ceremony. So at this time, we ask all of you who are here in attendance with us tonight at the Ransomville Speedway, if you are able to please rise at this time as we welcome in from Racers for Christ, Greg Nitz, as he leads us in tonight's invocation.
Thank you. Faith, trust, and hope. Faith is believing that God is. Trust is a reliance on His word and His promises. And hope is on the future grace of the living Christ. Let's go to prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, Father God, we just thank you for this opportunity that this Ransomville family, this Kubota High Limit family, Lord, we just take a moment to look to you. We pray to your guardian angels, your hand of mercy be upon everyone here. drivers, crews, fans, officials, Lord. We thank you for the sponsors, the promoters, and once again, it is truly because of your love, your mercy, and grace. And as your word said, those that trust in the Lord shall renew their strength and soar on wings like eagles. And we thank you for your love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Greg. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please remain standing as we prepare to honor both Canada and the United States of America with the live performance of both nations' national anthems. Doing both the Canadian as well as the United States national anthem, would you please welcome Gary Seifelt.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more big round of applause for Gary Seifelt? All right, Ransomville, New York, talk to me. Are you ready to go sprint car racing? That is what we like to hear on a Friday night here in Western New York. So, folks, with that, it's time to kick off our lone trip to Western New York. It's time to go racing on a Friday night, and it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
You know I'm never gonna slack. Slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. You know I gotta come back. Never gonna slack, never gonna slack. Never gonna slack, never gonna slack.
The first heat race is on the horn here at Ransomville Speedway. It's brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. They only build forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate their wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what they do. They lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forged. We also wanted to, real quick, provide this message from the presenting sponsor of tonight's event. That is Bateman Construction. They say at Bateman Construction, they've spent over 25 years building lifelong relationships. Their focus is commercial space, specializing in medical offices that serve our communities. None of this would be possible without the support of those closest to us. To our friends, families, and partners, thank you for believing in our vision, for standing by us, and for helping us build something that truly matters. We hope everyone enjoys the evening, and we thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. That is Bateman Construction. Now, let's jump into our first heat race lineup of the night. On the pole, the driver out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, driving the Hollinger Allebach Racing Old Milwaukee Orange Crate Brewing Beer Hill Gang, number 5W, it is Lucas Wolf. And starting to his outside in the second position, from Fonda, New York, in the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&B Property Services, TLM Landscaping, number 01, that is Danny Barron. Starting in the third spot, from Dunnville, Ontario, Canada, in the Nitro 54, Sit and Bull Tire, JR's Waterproofing, Ackland Insurance, number 15, Ryan Turner. And starting in the fourth position, your fast time qualifier here tonight from Geneva, New York, in the Fratto Curbing, Speedway Performance, DMI Racing Components, number 22, Jonathan Preston. And starting fifth out of Northport, Florida, in the Global Lake Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group, number 24D, Danny Sams III. And starting in P6 tonight from Harding, Pennsylvania, in the C&D Rigging, Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks, number 79, it's Jordan Thomas. Starting seventh from Lebanon, Indiana, in the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Oshry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. And starting in eighth from Appalachian, New York, he drives the Mach 1 Chassis Trackside Products Performance Trailer Sales, number 3 of Parker Evans. And on your final row, inside, starting ninth, from Enumclaw, Washington, in the Kane Screen Print Primos Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, Children's Mercy of Kansas City, number 9, it's Casey Kane. And your final starter from Tonawanda, New York, and the Airport Collision, Fiberworks Composites, Get It Dumpsters, number 7, NY, Matt Farnham. So we will have 3 heat races here tonight, and under that format, we will transfer 6 cars into the A main after 8 laps of heat race action. Like we said, there are 3 heats, 8 laps, top 6 in each one. Will go straight to the A main event. Everybody else, if they do not make it in the top 6, they will go to the B main. And we will also take 2 cars out of each heat race to the dash. The heat race winner will go to the dash, and the fastest qualifier to transfer in the top 6 will also go to the dash. So in this first heat race, keep an eye on New York's own Jonathan Preston. As long as he stays inside the top 6, he will be a part of tonight's dash. But if Preston finishes 7th or worse, that would move our second place finisher into the dash. If Preston can win from 4th, he would automatically be on the pole of the dash, and the second place finisher would then follow him to the dash as well. So that is what needs to take place here in these heat races as far as transfers go, who goes to the dash, all that good stuff. Jonathan Preston has no doubt been the story of the night so far. Fastest in hot laps, fastest in qualifying, and now, Tony, he's looking to make it into the FK Roddins dash.
Not far away from here, Geneva, New York. Jonathan Preston calls home, and Chase, you said it right after he got the Capital Custom Trailers and Carts Quick Time Award that he has, I think you used a baseball term, batting 1,000 maybe, or I think maybe you said he was undefeated. I don't know, but he's had a very good start to the night here at the Big R in Ransomville, New York. That really good start almost came to an end when he was coming off the track off of turn number 2, actually shut the fuel off to the race car, and that gave it just that last little spurt of horsepower like he had gunned it. He hadn't. He had shut the fuel off, and as they exit the track off turn number 2, that track exit pit entrance gets very narrow, very tight. He got that extra little bit of gas as he shut the fuel off and jammed on the brakes. The car actually slid off of the track and jammed in to the outside Armco retaining wall that directs drivers into the pit area. He got a look at it. Crew got a look at it. Nothing was banged up. Nothing was bent on the race car, so they're good there. And I went over to the pit area to check in with him to confirm nothing had been damaged on the left front corner of that race car. There's a great shot of the area we're talking about right there where the cars come off the racetrack, or actually that's where they're staging coming onto the track. But Preston joked, honestly. He very lighthearted. He was surprised. He joked with Brian Walker, who was taking the QuickTime Award photo, said, I shouldn't be QuickTime against guys like you here with Kubota High Limit Racing. And so he's just ecstatic to have the speed in that race car. And again, the best news is nothing was banged up on that machine of his after the small incident coming off the track. So he's excited, clarified a couple times what he has to do to make sure he gets in to tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash. And as you just told the folks at home, all he has to do is finish inside the top 6 after starting 4th, and he will be starting somewhere in the top 3 rows for tonight's feature.
And Tony, the crazy thing is, for Jonathan Preston, would not be the first dash that he's made this week. He made the dash 2 nights ago as well with the Outlaws up at Oshweekend Speedway. He ended up 22nd in that main event, but 2 different national series, 2 different racetracks, and 2 different countries. Jonathan Preston trying to make the dash this week. It will be pretty impressive if he was able to pull that off in that number 22 car. So cars are now making their way onto the track now, and they will get fired off. There was a lot of track work done to the surface here before we got back on the speedway here, so might need a lap or so to get the cars up to speed and maybe work that moisture into the surface here. So we might see that happen. We'll wait and see what Mike Hess, the race director, will tell the drivers over the radio, but they all will make the call. 10 cars, 8 laps, and the top 6 moving on to the main event. Lucas Wolf on the pole of this thing, one of the members of the Pennsylvania Posse. As far as I know, he's the only one from the Posse that is, races in Central PA on a regular basis that is here tonight. And we mentioned last night, in the last 2 nights, the Outlaws up there at Oshweekend, there were 8 drivers that made the call from last night in Oshweekend in Canada and made it over here to Ransomville, New York. One of them we mentioned was Jonathan Preston in this heat race. Jordan Thomas was also up there. Ryan Turner was up there as well. And so all 3 of those guys in this first heat race. So it's been a busy week for them. And I do believe that they are expecting to follow us to Utica Rome in Vernon, New York tomorrow night for what will be the 13th race of 2025 for Kubota High Limit Racing. There is Lucas Wolf. Best finish this year for him at a 4:10 was a 5th place run. Both of those coming, or he did it twice at Port Royal Speedway, one of them during the Keith Kaufman Classic. And so I talked to Lucas quite a bit earlier on in the pit area. He said, you know what, I live in Mechanicsburg, in the same town as Williams Grove. I know they're racing tonight, but sometimes you just got to go out and do something a little bit different, see some different people, park in a different spot, see some different territory, and that is the reason that Lucas Wolf wanted to come up here tonight and race against High Limit Racing at the Ransomville Speedway, which is not too much of a shock because he did come up and race with us last year as well when we were over at Outlaw Speedway in New York as well. So Lucas Wolf off to a good start, got a decent qualifying lap, got to start from the front row here in this one. Lucas Wolf has been here a few times. His best ever run, though, was a 14th place finish in 2017. There is Jordan Thomas, one of the drivers making his way over from the Outlaw Show last night at Oshweekend. 2 nights ago, he led, I want to say it was the first almost half of the race over there in that 79 car. Jordan Thomas, one of the most underrated sprint car drivers in the country, does not get down to Central PA too much, even though he does live in Harding, PA. Mostly runs a little bit of 360 stuff, ESS, URC. He'll bolt the 410 in when, the Outlaws or High Limit Racing comes up here to New York, and he's always an issue for those drivers because he is just so good on the slick surfaces. And we'll see if he's able to make his way up from the 6th position here in this heat race. Getting a look at the drone shot there on the back straightaway, as it does appear that here in just a moment we will have the cars maybe kind of buzz that racing surface in, just getting the last couple of cars fired off, and then that will take place. They tilled the bottom, they tilled the top, they put a ton of water in it, and so it's going to be a completely different racetrack than what we saw at the end of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. So Mike Hess over the radio system, letting the drivers know if you start on the outside row, then run the top. If you start on the inside row, run the bottom, and get up to speed a little bit here and help work in the moisture to the surface. What's also going to help that moisture stay in is the sun has now set, not all the way, but quite a bit behind the grandstands. Turn 1 almost completely shaded. 3 and 4 basically shaded all the way. The only part of the track that's actually still in the sun a lot is turn 2. And so now the drivers will swap lines, and they'll run the bottom, and then the other half of the drivers will run the top, and then we should be good to go. Green flag racing here for our first heat race, which is brought to you by TJ Ford's Wheels. There is Danny Varon right there in the 0-1, one of the fiercest competitors up here in New York when the big boys come to town. Utica Rome tomorrow, that is the site of an all-star Circuit of Champions win for Danny Varon in that 0-1 car. Came back in 2023. We've seen Danny Varon make the dash several times, especially up at the Weed Sports Speedway against the World of Outlaws. Danny Varon very, very good at feathering the throttle around these slick racetracks. And he will start outside the front row. If he can win this thing, he'll be a part of the dash. As the rest of the field now catches up to the HendrickCars.com pace truck, which is entering turn 3. We'll probably be able to get to the green flag the next time by off of turn number 4. Once again, it's Lucas Wolf and Danny Varon in row 1, Ryan Turner and Jonathan Preston in row 2, row 3, Danny Sams and Jordan Thomas, row 4, Spencer Baston and Parker Evans, and in row 5, it's Casey Kane and Matt Farnham. Tonight's DJ of the night is Justin Peck. You'll be listening to his music during the racing program. Here is the first song off of Justin Peck's High Roller playlist. Time on Justin Peck's playlist here tonight. We're coming to green for the first time tonight in heat race action. Underway now. Rolling into turn 1, it's going to be Lucas Wolf with the early race lead. Danny Varon slots into that second spot. Ryan Turner to third. Fast time qualifier Jonathan Preston runs fourth as Danny Sams now looks underneath of him into turn 3. That's a race for P4 off of turn number 4. Give that spot to Danny Sams the third. Danny Sams up to fourth now. Jonathan Preston slips into fifth. Jordan Thomas running in sixth and final transfer spot. Around the outside comes Spencer Baston. Will put Thomas outside of a transfer spot. Casey Kane will go by on the inside. Move Casey Kane up to P7 now. Keeping an eye on Jonathan Preston. Gotta stay in that top 6. He runs fifth with 2 high rollers hot on his heels. Spencer Baston runs the top in turn number 2. Trying to gain ground on car number 22 down the back straightaway. Up ahead of them, Danny Sams has got the top side rolling in. 15 to Ryan Turner just in front of him. Danny Sams trying to improve his starting position for tonight's main event. The top is being occupied by Spencer Baston, especially down there in 1 and 2. He is committed to it as Lucas Wolf comes by and completes another lap. 4 in and 4 to go for car number 5W. Danny Varon, Ryan Turner, Danny Sams, Jonathan Preston, and now a race for 6 between Spencer Baston and the number 9 of Casey Kane. Baston runs the bottom in turn 3. Casey Kane trying to get things working up top in turn number 4. Now he's challenged down low by Matt Farnham. Matt Farnham trying to get a part of the mix as well in the race for the final transfer spot. Coming around this time by 2 laps to go. No issues up front for the old Milwaukee number 5W Lucas Wolf. Baston continues to search around for speed on the 3/8 mile Ransomville Speedway. Pulls to the right rear, Jonathan Preston in turn number 1. Baston trying to get around him. Down the backstretch, they're separated by 2 car lengths. 3 and 4 appears to be the better spot for the top of the racetrack, and Baston's trying to show that off this time by cannot make the pass, but gets very close across the line. White flag is in the air. Lucas Wolf nearly a full straightaway lead as Baston makes the pass on Preston. Checkards out. Lucas Wolf gets the win in TJ Ford's heat race number 1. Danny Varon second, Ryan Turner third. Fourth goes to Danny Sams the third. Fifth to Spencer Baston, and Jonathan Preston hangs on for the final transfer spot. So Lucas Wolf gets the win in TJ Ford's heat race number 1. He's going to tonight's dash. Danny Varon ends up in second. Third goes to Ryan Turner. Fourth to Danny Sams. Fifth goes to Spencer Baston, and your final transfer and going to the dash, the 22 of Jonathan Preston. Casey Kane, Matt Farnham, Jordan Thomas, and Parker Evans will round out the field. And those 4 drivers will head to tonight's B main event as Lucas Wolf, in his season debut with Kubota Highland Racing, will be a part of tonight's dash. We saw Lucas many times, not only in New York last year, saw him at Port Royal quite a bit as well, and he'll stop on the front stretch, a heat race winner with High Limit tonight at Ransomville, Tony.
Lucas Wolf coming back out to play with Kubota High Limit Racing here in 2025, gets the job done in TJ Forged heat race number 1. Started up front, stayed out front. Did you have any fun out there? That's the important question.
Yeah, it's good to start up front. It's even better to stay there. I've had a bit of an issue sticking the better starting spot, so good to get a good result here. Was unsure exactly what the track rework was going to do, but so far so good. Happy to be in New York, happy to be with a National Series racing, and fortunate for that.
Hey, be happy you're in the dash as well. That's Lucas Wolf after getting the job done in TJ Forged heat race number 1. We'll see him at the roulette redraw wheel later on, Chase.
We certainly will. We've got our second heat race now getting pushed off. Here's a look at the starting lineup. For DMI Race Components heat race number 2, Brent Marks going to be on the pole. The driver to Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Crew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19. And outside of him, out of Indianapolis, Indiana, driving this NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7, BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Starting in third out of Minden, Nevada, in the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. And starting from fourth, out of St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerr Bagajanian Racing, Waste Connections, Pacific Boring, Statlaw for Construction, Messina Valley Transportation, number 24, Rico Abreu. Starting in fifth, out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, Dason Persley. And starting in P6, out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Plastic and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Math Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. Starting in seventh, out of Phoenix, New York, in the Pit Stop Convenience Stores, Schoenfeld Headers, J&Z, Snow Drifters, Mucci Motorsports, number 98, Joe Trenka. And starting eighth, out of Sussex, New Jersey, the Dave Frantic Auto Sales, Rapid Tire, Skate Power Sports Plus, Atlantic Battery Systems, number 28F, No Panic, Davey Frantic. And your final starter, out of Allegheny, New York, he drives the Bundle of Warm Firewood Performance Powder Coating, number 34, it's the Juice, Jared Zimbardi. 9 cars, 8 laps. Once again, the top 6 moving on to the feature. We will go green the next time by with Brent Marks and Tyler Courtney showing us to the green flag. And while we wait, here's another song coming in from the playlist of Justin Peck. It's Into Club. Coming to green this time by heat race number 2, brought to you by DMI Racing Components. Who is going to the dash? Who is going to transfer? We're about to find out. Brent Marks gets the jump into turn number 1. Tanner Thorson to the inside of Tyler Courtney, looking for second, but Sunshine good around the outside, and he'll get away from that Rod Gross Motorsports number 88 car into turn 3. Back behind, keep an eye on the battle for the 6th position. Dason Persley, Joe Trenka, and who else is back there? Looks like Davey Frantic, almost 3 wide in turns 3 and 4, racing for P6. Up front, might have a battle for the race lead starting to heat up here. Brent Marks around the bottom, Tyler Courtney on the top side of the racetrack. We saw Spencer Baston making some moves up there in that first heat race. Tyler Courtney may have been watching back in his car on FloRacing, and it may pay off for him here as Marks slides up the hill. That's going to allow a huge run for Tyler Courtney down the back straightaway. Race for the lead into turn number 3. Now Sunshine dips back down low. Marks through the middle. Courtney keeps his car pinned to the bottom. They are nose to tail down the front straightaway. Battling for the top spot. Brent Marks around the bottom. Tyler Courtney back to the top. Marks with a slider line. Tyler Courtney tries to point the car to the bottom. Doesn't have enough room to make the move happen. Behind him, it's Tanner Thorson in third. Fourth is Rico Abreu. Fifth is Cy Lynch. And your final transfer at this point in time, the 98 of Joe Trenka. Joe Trenka in his Highland Racing debut, trying to put it straight into the show out of the heat race. Brent Marks has now separated himself once again from Tyler Courtney. This time by 3 laps to go as Sunshine starts to close back in into turn 1. Brent Marks switches his lines up, runs the top that time instead of the slider line in turn 1. Tanner Thorson maybe about 10 or so car lengths behind your top 2. This time by 2 laps to go for Brent Marks in DMI Racing Components heat race number 2. Tyler Courtney keeping him honest. He'll now go low in turn 1. Trying something different. Does not look like it's going to work out for him, and Brent Marks pulls back away. Marks pulls away. Sunshine might have one last bullet in the chamber here. The white flag this time by. And Sunshine once again right in the back pocket of Brent Marks into turn 1. Marks is going to run the top. Sunshine will follow him. No pressure from back in third is Tanner Thorson. Coming down to 3 and 4 for the final time. Marks around the bottom. Sunshine to the top. Might be a drag race to the line. And Tyler Courtney just stole it. Tyler Courtney has picked his pocket on the final lap. And he is going to the dash. What a move on the outside for Sunshine. Tyler Courtney is going to get the win in DMI Racing Opponents heat race number 2. Brent Marks second, Tanner Thorson third, fourth goes to Abreu. He goes to the dash as well. Cy Lynch in fifth and Joe Trenka final transfer in P6. Davey Franick, Dason Persley, and Jared Zimbardi round out the field. Well, race fans, what did you think about that one? It took him almost all 8 laps to make the pass, but Tyler Courtney is your heat race number 2 winner. And he will be going to the dash, and he is going to be thrilled with that, Tony. He was all over the tail tank of Brent Marks that entire race.
He's got to be thrilled with it, Chase. We're going to check in and confirm with him and find out maybe just how thrilled he really is. I'm sure he's thrilled. So let's talk about something else, Tyler. Let's talk about how much work you put in searching all over the Ransomville Speedway to find a line that would get you around Brent Marks. How hard is it to set a guy up like that in such a short race?
It's tough, especially with a guy like Brent. He's good. He's going to do what he has to do to try and get in the dash there. And I thought my race was kind of over once he figured out the top of 1 and 2, but I just started full sending it into 3 and 4, and it worked. And he hadn't moved up there yet, so I'm thankful for that. And thankful that the wall is not any closer there on the front stretch coming to the checkered, or we probably both would have been crashed. But no, just another great start to our night for our Nostra Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, LA Custom Trailers car, and we'll keep tuning on it for the dash here, and hopefully get this thing in victory lane for once this year.
Tyler Courtney going #full send around the top in turns 1 and 2. Chase, it pays off for him. The driver originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, wins it at the last possible second in DMI heat race number 2.
Good stuff there in that second heat race. Now we roll into heat race number 3, brought to you by BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup in this one. On the pole, the driver to St. Matthew, Dave Belleau, Quebec, Canada. The M3S FM Industries GSR chassis, Conference 4 Seasons number 28. It's Jordan Poirier. And starting who's outside from Monrovia, Indiana, the DJ of the night. In the Skagit Speedway Race Game Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Rally Services number 26, Justin Peck. And starting third from Waco, Texas. In the All By Your Alternative, infamous 8 Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print number 9R, it's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Starting in 4th out of Clute, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC American Table Bargain Bar number 87, Aaron Reitzel. Starting in 5th out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5, it is Brenham Crouch. And starting in 6th tonight out of Port Jarvis, New York, in the Paul Reno Snap-On, Sterling Lubricants, Randy's Racing Filters number 10, it's Billy Van Inwagen Jr. Starting in 7th out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane FC Traffic Control number 49, Brad Sweet. And starting in 8th out of Lowville, New York, driving the Westward Painting, Tioga Construction, Senior Services number 41, Dalton Rombo. And your final starter from Oswegan, Ontario, Canada, the Aero Express, Babineau Septic Services, JR's Bait and Tackle, Route 54 Variety and Gas number 77T, Tyler Palace. Coming to green this time by Justin Peck outside the front row. He is the DJ of the night. Tony, you got more on him.
He's the DJ of the night. It's not a home race for him, but it's kind of a home race for his girlfriend, Alex Brown. She's from way up north near Cornwall, Ontario. The more you know.
The more you know, Tony. Here's another song coming in from Peck's playlist. It's Migos with Walk It Like I Talk. And Justin Peck off the front row are underway. Rolling into turn one. Big move out of Brenham Crouch, but it gets denied by the number 9 R of Chase Randall. He tried to go 3 wide. Now we're racing for the lead down the back straightaway. Poirier trying to hold off the challenge of Justin Peck. Peck with a big slider into the corner. Nearly clips the wall in turn 4. Justin Peck takes the lead, and he'll show him away across the line. Justin Peck leads lap 1 of the BR Motorsports heat race. Jordan Poirier back into the 2nd spot. Aaron Reitzel runs to the 3rd position. Behind him, it's Chase Randall, then Billy Van Inwagen, and a race for the final transfer between Brad Sweet and Brenham Crouch. Crouch around the bottom. Sweet goes to the top. Now Sweet's working on Van Inwagen off the corner. He'll make the pass for 5th around down the front straightaway. Brad Sweet's up to 5th. Remember, Sweet did not get a very good qualifying lap in earlier on, and he's closing in on Chase Randall down the back straightaway. Justin Peck puts another one in the books. Chase Randall slides across the nose of Brad Sweet. Down the front straightaway, they go side by side, and Brad Sweet's got 4th. Brad Sweet up to 4th. That might be the end of his charge, though, because Aaron Reitzel's about a straightaway ahead of him as they work down the back straightaway. Halfway home for Justin Peck. Billy Van Inwagen underneath of Chase Randall. Give Van Inwagen the 5th position across the line. Chase Randall fights back on the outside. They've got Brenham Crouch behind them as well, trying to get a 3-car battle. 3 cars in that battle. Only 2 of them will go to the feature. Van Inwagen once again trying to run the bottom off of turn number 4. Cannot get up next to Chase Randall. Here comes Crouch down the front straightaway. Brenham Crouch goes to the top in turn 1, trying to get around the outside of Billy V. Down the back straightaway, Billy V still about 2 car lengths behind Chase Randall. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Justin Peck, who has got a huge lead, a monstrous lead here in the heat race over Jordan Poirier. Peck now at the back of the field, challenging Dalton Rombo. White flag in the air for car number 26. Car off the pace. The car off the pace. Chase Randall slow in turn 2. The yellow flag comes out. Chase Randall slowing and trying to get off the track, but could not make it happen. And Brenham Crouch is stopped on the front stretch as well. Did not see what happened to him. But the 9R, Chase Randall, now back into the pit area with what was going to be, they were coming to the checker that time by. So Randall could not make it back. We'll see a replay here from Comp Cams. And let's see what happens to Randall. Just ahead of Billy Van Inwagen. Goes into the corner, and the car just shuts off right there. Car does not keep going. Sounds like our flagman may have accidentally hit the red light there, so Brenham Crouch came to a stop thinking it was a red. So Brenham Crouch will get his spot back, as the red light did flash on for just a brief moment there on accident. And so we are coming to green. Orange cone on the front stretch. Drivers cannot pass each other before that cone, can't hit the cone, can't go below the cone. As we come back to green, Justin Peck back on the hammer, rolls into turn 1. Jordan Poirier to the bottom in turn 1. Aaron Reitzel to the top. Brad Sweet trying to get another spot here as he started back in the 8th position. Make that the 7th position, and Sweet's up to 4th. White flag coming this time by for Justin Peck as they're side by side for second back behind. Jordan Poirier holds off the number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Billy Van Inwagen and Brenham Crouch racing for 5th. They are side by side off the second corner. But coming to the checker this time by, it's going to be Justin Peck getting the win in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Jordan Poirier ends up in 2nd, Aaron Reitzel 3rd, Brad Sweet 4th, 5th goes to Brenham Crouch, and 6th will be Billy Van Inwagen Jr. Well, race fans, he is still looking for that first win of 2025. Justin Peck will be a part of tonight's dash. He gets the win in heat race number 3. Jordan Poirier ends up in 2nd. Aaron Reitzel 3rd. Brad Sweet 4th. Brenham Crouch 5th. And 6th goes to Billy Van Inwagen. Reitzel and Peck, the 2 cars going to the dash. Behind them, it was Rombo, Paulus, and Randall, the finishing order in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. We'll go to break here on Flow. When we come back, we will find out who starts where in the FK Rod-Ins Dash.
I'm Tyler Courtney. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flow Racing.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick-change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance,